Salisbury.
Well, you can join our correspondent John McManus, who's in Salisbury for us this afternoon. John.
Yes, we're at City Hall where last night that public meeting took place, attended by around 100 people to find out what happens next for Salisbury, the next steps so that they can resolve this situation and the city can move on. We heard how the decontamination will take place at the sites where it's believed Novichok may be present, the nerve agent used to poison Sergei Skripal. That decontamination, carried out by MOD specialists, could take several weeks, potentially months. And all the while, local traders, business people here are telling us that business is down and that the economy here in the city is suffering. Well, let's talk to Alistair Cunningham, who's the chair of the recovery group for the city of Salisbury. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just tell me, you've acknowledged yourself that local people are saying they're getting fewer visitors, fewer day trippers to this ancient cathedral city. What are you going to do to help them?
Sure. We've noticed a 10% down on business trade, and also about 25% to 30% of tourism bookings have been cancelled. So part of the immediate work, and we've been doing it now for a couple of weeks, is actually putting funding to those businesses to keep them open, keep them going whilst the recovery work is underway on the sites. But we're also now moving into marketing the city to the rest of the country and wider afield, supported by quite a bit of funding from government, as well as organising events to run for the rest of this year, just to ensure people see the attraction of Salisbury and come and pay us a visit.
It's a difficult sell to a certain extent, isn't it? Because Salisbury is now the city where a former Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned, and you're trying to encourage people to perhaps forget that, forget their nerves and come on back in.
Well, I think the message has gone out that outside those cordoned areas, the city is clean and it is a beautiful, historic cathedral city. And as time goes on, I think there's a bit of intrigue around what's happening. But without being complacent about it, that will actually become a draw in itself. People will know the name of Salisbury if they look on the website, if they follow the marketing. Part of their visit here will be to see those sites. So I think as time moves on, this will become one of those chapters in Salisbury's history.
One of the things I've heard several times today is that Americans in particular appear to be staying away. Several business people, several shop owners have told us that, including a B&B owner, a hotel owner, all saying that Americans who might be stopping here in Salisbury, visiting Stonehenge at the same time perhaps, they have started to stay away. It's noticeable. What can you do to attract them back?
Well, we've been talking to some of the tour operators, and initially you can understand why. When this happened, would you bring a coach here? Now people understand it's so limited and it's a few sites. We're actually talking to some of those coach operators of bringing those tourists back. So, you know, that's part of the fix, you know, making sure people understand this is a small part of the city. They were starting to look like regeneration sites now, and the city is returning to normal. And of course, marketing, some of the pictures that have gone around the world about Salisbury will actually help in the short to medium term.
Alistair Cunningham, chair of the recovery group here in Wiltshire, in the city of Salisbury, in fact. Thanks for joining us. Well, what people here really want, of course, is for an end to their starring role in this huge national and international story. People of Salisbury would like to get back to a sense of normality. That may not happen, though, Simon, for a few months yet.
John, thank you very much. John McManus there in Salisbury.